Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. I'm part of another collaboration with the fantastic Inquisitive Farm Wife. And this time it's cookies and candy. Today I'm going to be featuring my recipe for Molasses Krackle Cookies. Therefore, if you're ready, let's roll up those sleeves. Let's get some prep done, and let's get cooking. To start, most times I'll tell you to preheat your oven. However, this time I'm not going to do that quite yet. However, when you do preheat your oven, once you put your dough in the refrigerator, after about the first 30 minutes, because you want it to be in the refrigerator for about an hour so it can firm up. However, once you have your dough in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, you're going to want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 191 degrees centigrade. To start our absolutely fantastic, delicious cookies, because we're moving into that holiday season, because of course we just had Halloween, and now we're going into Thanksgiving and Christmas, and these cookies are absolutely amazing. They'll be amazing for Thanksgiving. They're absolutely amazing as well for Christmas time. Therefore, to our flour, we're going to be adding in our baking soda. So we're going to add in our baking soda to our flour. Then we're going to add in our cloves, our ground ginger, and our salt. We're going to whisk everything to incorporate. You want to make sure that all of those spices and your salt are thoroughly distributed through your flour. Now that that's done, we are going to set this aside. And then we're going to move on with our creaming our butter and our shortening with our sugar. In our stand mixer, we're going to be adding in our first three ingredients. That's going to be our butter, our shortening, which is buttered flavor. So I'm using buttered flavored Crisco, and our sugar. On my stand mixer, I do have my paddle attachment. This particular paddle attachment does have the rubber scraper on it, but if you don't have that rubber scraper, just go in and scrape down the sides of your bowl. Now we're going to turn this on low to start. And then we're going to go ahead and raise the speed. And we want to mix this until it's light and fluffy. Our butter and sugar and our buttered flavored Crisco are nice and fluffy. Looks fantastic. So I'm just going to scrape around the top rim of my bowl. And next, I'm gonna add in my molasses. Try to make sure that we get all of our molasses. Now this particular molasses is our full flavored organic molasses. It's Burr Rabbit is the company that makes it. I'm gonna get that and scrape all that off into my bowl. And I'm gonna add in my egg. And I want to mix this until it's incorporated. Now that that's incorporated, I want to get actually my beater. I want it to be more in the back. So next, I'm going to be adding in my dry ingredients to my wet, and I'm going to add it all in at once. Now it's important, on low, we want to start mixing this. and I pulse mine because it will want to throw out some of the flour. Now all we want to do is to incorporate that flour into our wet ingredients. We don't want to overbeat. And that's it. It's already done. Next, what we're gonna do is I'm going to scrape my bowl down one more time, and then I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Again, after about 30 minutes, I'm gonna preheat my oven to 370 degrees Fahrenheit, which is approximately 191 degrees centigrade. And at that point, I'll be back. And again, this is for the Cookies and Candy 2025 collaboration with the Inquisitive Farm Wife. I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Our hour has elapsed, so I'm going to be pulling my dough out of the refrigerator. Now it's important not to overhandle your dough. You don't want it to get too warm. So get your scoop. This one has to be a 2 tablespoon scoop. Put it in your hand, get it, make a ball. Then we're going to get this and we're going to roll it into our sanding sugar. You can use any coarse sugar. Any coarse sugar will work. Again, you don't want to overhandle the dough because you don't want it to get warm. And we're going to continue repeating this process until we have utilized all of our dough. These haven't even cooked yet and they just smell so wonderful already. This dough just smells fantastic. Now, the reason you want to definitely use a scoop, you want your cookies to be the same size. You know I'm really big on presentation, and utilizing your scoop really helps to up that presentation of your cookies, making sure that they're the same size. Oh, and I did not mention, I have lined my baking dish with parchment paper. And we're just gonna continue doing this until, again, we've used up all of our dough. And if you need to add more sanding sugar or any coarse sugar will work for this step. So the reason, if I haven't mentioned it already, it's a little bit late here, but the reason that you want to refrigerate your dough, number one, it does give it an opportunity to rest, but more importantly, it helps to prevent the cookies from spreading too much when they're cooking. And this is our last one. I'm gonna shift these just ever so slightly. So I wanna make sure that these back here have a little bit of extra room. So now we're gonna put these into the oven. Once again, that is 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 191 degrees centigrade for 10 to 12 minutes. When our time is up, I'll be back. I'm going to allow them to cool on my cookie sheet for approximately 5 minutes before I place them onto my cooling rack. Now, look at this. Doesn't that look fantastic? Isn't that beautiful? Now you see why they are Molasses Krackle Cookies, because they have this beautiful crackle finish to them. They have this really beautiful crackle finish. Therefore, let's give them a taste. They smell absolutely divine. So we're going to, and you see how moist that is? It's really moist. So it's really important not to overbake them. They should be very moist. Absolutely fantastic. This is my contribution to the 2025 edition of Cookies and candies with the inquisitive farm wife. Now, next week, next Friday, I'll be presenting candies. What candies are gonna be? You know what? You'll never know unless you tune in. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, because I release new content every Friday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, no matter where in the world I happen to be. So until next time, I'm the Tilted Crown Gourmet. Again, this is Cookies and Candy 2025, and it's a collaboration with the Inquisitive Farm Wife. Remember, your kitchen is your passport to the world, allowing you to explore diverse cultures and cuisines right from home as you explore new flavors and techniques. And as always, bon appetit.